Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello, farmers. Welcome back to Ravenport. At the BGA, the next morning. What I did was, I did not sell any more silage. I took I think I had 40,000 liters left in the loading wagon. And I opened up this pit here, and I dumped the rest of the silage in here for now. And right now, what we're doing is, well, I have mowed around our grass field, because the grass field is ready once again. And we got a helper mowing our grass field right here. So we need to pick up the grass and get it in here and start compacting it. And instead of selling it for a while, I am hoping that what I'm going to do for the meantime is put grass in here that we get compacted, let it ferment. And then we'll take this belt, and when it turns to silage, I'm wondering if I can just put the belt in here and unload it into this bay over here. And then I can empty this bay, pull the silage in that one, and rinse, lather, repeat. Until the price of silage is good, I'll have one bay of silage and one bay of processing or fermenting, however you want to word it. But yeah, that is my goal for that, for the time being anyways, because right now the price of silage is still $360. It's not changing. None of our fields are ready for harvest yet. And the grass was ready, actually. You can see now, right now it's 16:23, which is about 4:30 in the afternoon for some people, depending on how you want to look at the clock. But it was ready somewhere around noon, and I said, well, I got to mow it. So usually I like to mow the field as that's being harvested, but I'm letting time slip away here. So we're mowing the grass. As for other things, prices, the wool, prices are just tanking everywhere. The wool is below 900. And right now, I'm hoping the canola is, yeah, we usually sell it around 15, well, 14 to 18 is usually what we see. Right now, best price is $12.59, so I'm hoping the price of that goes up. But for now, we need to get to work and start compacting. How about if we pick it up first? So like always, I do the grass around the field first, then I can set it on a worker to do the work field itself. Just makes it easier and time saving by doing it this way. Now I'm probably not going to get as much grass as I usually do, because it looks like the grass around the field wasn't fully grown. But it was grown enough for me. But we are picking up a good amount of it. Part of me would like to bale this and then wrap it and bring it to the barn. But that would cost us a lot of money right now. I would have to buy a baler, which I sold not long ago. So there, I guess I could do a round baler, so it wouldn't cost as much. Then we have to wrap it, and then we have to get, although right now there is an auto-loading round and square baler. And I mean auto-loading. They're out there. So that wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. If the BGA starts, I don't understand why the BGA, I just hope it's a bug, why the BGA prices are not anywhere near as good as the barn. If that is going to be the case, then we may be buying a baler and a wrapper and get the auto-loading flatbed so we can bring them to the barn. Because $360 is not a great price. It is not. But today in this episode, basically what we're doing is we're going to make some grass. Yeah, well, cut some grass, put it in the silo, compact it, wrap it up, and in 12 hours it'll be silage. And then hopefully, like I said, hopefully, unless the price goes up, we'll dump it into the other bay just by using the belt system. I'll plop the belt in there and just have it dump up and over the railing. That'd be great if I could do that. And I also noticed when I started playing, I was testing something out on American Truck Simulator, so my steering wheel, for those of you who do steering wheels, you will probably understand this, but when I do ATS, I got my steering wheel at 200 degrees. Farming Sim should be right around 900, and I forgot to change it over for Farm Sim, so my steering sensitivity is off the charts. So unless I log out and restart everything, which I don't really feel like doing, so I just said I'll live with it. The first thing I did realize, though, was my dead zone was at 14% again. I did log out and redo that, and that's before I realized that my sensitivity, I'm like, I forgot that. It's been one of those weeks for me recording. I just haven't had much luck on the PC getting things done right, and I'm going to blame it on the holidays. Holidays will do that to you. Get you all clustered and whatnot. Yeah, so right now the farm, we got the money sitting around. I also was looking into, because you can see we're up to 160 something. Well, I can't read out there. I'm too busy driving. But after midnight, and I just took all the money back out for a loan just to see how much money we had. Because I'm itching to, I'm always itching to buy things, make the farm more profitable. And I thought I was going to add another horse paddock next to the other one that we have. But it won't let me place it anywhere in that area. It says I'm near it because there's objects in the way. I'm like, what objects? There's no objects there. I'm thinking that maybe the game thinks, I guess if you remember, well, if any of you have started on the easiest setting, all the buildings are there. I wonder if the game thinks the buildings are there when they're not, because it says object in the way, and I'm like, there's no object here. Just let me. I would love to place a horse paddock here, because I was thinking about getting another horse paddock and then buying a whole bunch of horsies again. Because I think the horse is what's going to make us money on this map right now, because silage is not doing it, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, we sold, I'm going to say around 200 and, let's see, no, probably just right around 210,000 liters of silage. Yeah, we did get, what did we get, like 60-something $1,000, so it's not bad, but it's not great either. It's not what's going to change the farm around in a hurry like I thought it would. Not at $360 per 1,000. That's not going to quite cut it. But we will keep plugging along. I mean, it's still income coming in. But we're going to hold on to this silage just a little bit longer. And we'll see if anything changes. Let's go take our first load of grass to the BGA and put it into the silo. But I think I have a good plan of just using one silo for putting grass in and fermenting. When it's fermented, we'll take the belt and see if I can just not put it in one silo and dump it into the other. There's plenty of room over there. Then if the price becomes right, or when we just really need money, we'll just sell a whole bunch of it. We'll see how much grass we get today. Because I kind of already forgot how much a field does produce. I don't remember. But yeah, so I was over by the other horse paddock and I was trying to place it down. It said, object in the way, objects are in the way. I may try it again. I may move maybe some of my equipment is way too close, even though it's not anywhere near it, and maybe we'll try placing it down. I mean, if we can place one down over there, I'd rather have all the horses together. And then I did fiddle with a small cow pasture over here, because it seems like the pastures are the same size, whether it's this large or small. The only difference is how much they can fit into it, which, yeah, I know you're like, well, if the size is the same, Which doesn't matter how many you can fit in there. But so I tried putting the cow pasture over here, and the pasture is just a little bit too big. Well, it's not a little bit too big. These trees are in the way, so we got to take out a couple of trees to help it out before we can fit it in there. Let's prep them for the future. So next time we sell some wool and we bring the Fleagle baling trailer over, maybe we'll cut down some trees and put the logs on the back of the baling trailer and sell those and start making some room for our future cow pen or cow pasture. But I think we're kind of a ways off on that because I definitely want to get a harvester first. And then a nice, decent sized trailer for hauling grain and such around. Because that'll make harvesting fields so much easier if I can use our own equipment. We can make some good money by using our own harvester and own trailer. But what it would suck is, you just can't get a nice big size harvester and we'll use our 14,000 grain trailer because, oh yeah, we'd have to set the harvester into work and we'd be shuttling back and forth because every time the harvester goes unloaded, we'd be filling the trailer up and we have to go unload it quickly. Now you can see the workers about halfway through the grass field, which is fine. We might be able to catch up to them a little bit, but I don't think we will. But I think it's time we do a little time lapse of us picking up some grass and dump it into the BGA. So what do you say? I'll see you on the other side. Kind of a tight squeeze in here, but this is kind of my fault for not giving me enough room when I first started. So but the helper has kind of finished on the field. He didn't get the last strip, but we'll forgive him. He did most of the field for us. It won't take us long for us to patch that up at all. But hopefully I got about 2 more loads to go. Hopefully. The more the merrier. So let me get at least 1 load in and I'll bring it back when we're just about finishing up. And we'll see how much grass that we got in that pit. And then the fun begins with compacting it, which could take a while. So I'll see you in a bit. I took the big end and finished mowing that little section that He didn't quite finish off. I didn't quite put the big M away yet because it kind of needs to be repaired. So we may be doing that as well today. But as you can see, I just got 2 more rows of grass, or a row and a half at this point. And far as I can tell, we're going to be right around 500,000 liters of grass once again, which I am thrilled with if the price was better. Now, if we can remember back to the Pacific Northwest, if we had 1 million liters, well, we were getting, what, 960,000 liters? And we end up with like $500,000, give or take. Yeah, well, unless the price goes up here, we'll end up with maybe something like almost 600. Probably like 350 to, yeah, probably 350. And actually, it's 360. Simple math, Peanut. Jeez, 1 million liters would net you 360 because it's 360 per 1,000. Hey, my brain's kind of working tonight. It hesitated for a second, but it's there sometimes. So yeah, a big difference between 360,000 and $500,000. So that's almost a decent medium-sized tractor, or a really good small tractor. And let's see, it costs us $601 to have a worker mow that field for us, which is more than good. That's like one little box of eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 9, 10, 45. So we're going to have like 520,000 liters. Hopefully I can back up in here decent ways and not get stuck anywhere. It's just going everywhere. Anywhere is good. It all flattens out in the end. There we go. And actually, I'll park this out here. I'll drop that off for now. And I'm going to do the compacting off camera because I can't do a time lapse of it because you just get sick of watching me drive forward and backwards by about 20 yards or so. If I turn on the hood, hey, I'm already 8% compacted. Long ways to go. I guess I can show you just a little bit of it. But I mean, this will all get nice and flattened out. It's amazing how over time that this flattens out much better than I remember it ever used to be in. Actually, you can see that one, that pit over there, other than that big hump where I dumped the silage out of the loading wagon. But you can see how nice and flat that got, and it kind of looked like, well, kind of looked like this when I started, when that was grass. But I'm hoping that when this is fermented, I can just take the belt, put that in here, and that system will dump it over into the other pit. Hey, so I'm 10% done, just 90% more to go. But it's amazing how long I think it'll take me somewhere close to 15 to 20 minutes real time to compact this all. Obviously, if I had a heavy tractor or a wheel loader or something like that, it won't take as long. Or better yet, course play. But yeah, I'll get to this in a while after I get done recording. But oh yeah, we can see we got 521,000 liters. And if we combine that, am I stuck? No, okay, there we go. Now, how much silage do I have over here? Almost 600,000. So yeah, we're going to be over 1 million liters of silage. But unfortunately, I mean, I'll just keep checking this and hoping that something changes here. I mean, 449. If the silage was 449 here, I'd probably be selling it right now. But it's not. So I'll get to this in a while. As far as I heard, because I did ask in a forum, has anyone found out if wheel weights actually make a difference? And most people have said they don't see it making a difference. Someone did do a test that they said, this is in the discussion forum, they did a test with a tractor with no wheel weights on it. They compacted it and see how long it took them, and then they put wheel weights on it, and it was the same amount of time. So that's why I don't bother with the wheel weights, I guess. But we're going to travel actually to the horse paddock. Not that it matters too much. So you can see the area that I got here. It's relatively flat. I wonder where it's... Sometimes when I go to put down a placeable, it kicks me... yeah, way over here. Which... Alright, let me turn around here. Face the way we need to face. Where are we? We're over here. There we go. So the best view that we can get is actually from this angle over here. So even though I want to place it here, it just says this object collides with an object. And I'm just trying to figure out what object. I mean, is it the trees? Are the trees that close? So I even tried rotating it, kind of like the same way that one is, and it wouldn't let me place it anywhere. I said, okay, if it's the trees, then I'll try putting it over here. Nice open space here, but you can see there is nothing in the zone that I can see of, and it just says this object collides with another. I've even tried raising and lowering it, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, if I come up to a field up here, yeah, say right about here, I can place it here, and I don't have the HUD up, but I think it was going to cost. This usually costs $95,000. To place it here, I think it was like $120,000, but you know, these are our oats. This is what's going to feed the horses. So I was just trying to sneak another one right next to it. Have two. Maybe I have to cut this tree down right here. Maybe that's in the way, and I can kind of sneak it closer over towards here, and we can have 2 horse paddocks. But yeah, so maybe next episode, while we got our bison down there to harvest the canola, we'll be cutting down some trees, like this tree here, to see if I can place a horse paddock. And then up at the BGA, actually if I go to the barn, that's probably better. We'll cut down a couple trees here as well, in preparation for our future cow pasture, which will be right here. I might even get away just by cutting this tree down right here. I would like to leave the other ones up just for decoration purposes. So yeah, we got 2 trees to cut while our bison is over there harvesting our canola field that's not ready. And yeah, we need to fertilize our grass field now, because even though the silage isn't worth much at the moment, you know, it still made us, you know, we didn't sell all the silage in that bay and we got 60 grand, so we probably got like 80, 85 for that price. So that is still pretty good. If you figure out harvesting this field for 85 grand, that's still not bad. And you're going to do it every day and a half-ish, somewhere around there. But while I'm thinking about, the last thing we'll do is we'll hop into this guy. And you can see our repair meter is getting kind of down there. So this thing does travel pretty good. So we'll take it down to the shop and repair it. I don't want it to get down into the orange, because then, you know, we might be losing some grass. Maybe it's not cutting the grass as good as it could. And we might be losing some harvest there, but it doesn't look like we lost any harvest on that one. But I don't, you know, next time it mows, I don't want it to turn orange halfway through the harvest and we lose some grass. Also, the field that we were looking to buy has been harvested. The maize/corn is now gone. But I'm still trying to figure out, do I want to buy a harvester or do I want to buy a field? I've been 50-50 on it for a while, and I'm starting to lean more towards a harvester, only because they'll cut down our wages for when I want them to harvest the canola. And plus, when we do like the oat field back at the horses, or wheat once in a while, using a big header, we won't have as many straw swaths rows to pick up. It'll be less rows to pick up, so less time doing that as well. It'll just save us some time. I mean, you know, we could do the harvest because it'd be faster instead of paying a worker to do it for an hour and a half. So I'm kind of looking more towards a harvester. All right, condition. Let's repair. $1,750 to repair it. Yikes. You, sir, are expensive. That's why I got my dirt now on slow. And if you wonder what I'm talking about there and you haven't been paying attention in the past few episodes, the repair meter is also goes off of your dirt meter. So if you got your dirt on fast, your equipment's going to need to be repaired at just as fast. So the repair meter is done by your dirt meter. So if you don't want to do repairs at all, you could turn off dirt, but then your machines are not going to get dirty either. So I like my machines to get dirty. I'm that kind of a guy. And I do like doing the repair system, but boy, some of these machines were just breaking down way too fast. And I can't remember if I turned it down before I got the Big M or after I got the Big M. So hopefully, because I think this is only the third time I've mowed this field. And I'm not sure if I can squeeze through here, but maybe if we just punch the gas really hard, it will fit right through. Alright, I think I may have clipped the weeder, but that's fine. It's all good. Oh yes, the backup camera. Whoa. Sometimes it goes inside the machine though. And apparently center's right about here, I would think. It's kind of weird backing up, but it's because the steering is opposite of what it should be. There we go. Thank you, Big M. You are a big help. Come on, door. There we go. So yeah, now I begin the fun task of compacting this. How I do miss courseplay. You don't realize how much you use it until you don't have it, and then you got to compact 520,000 liters of grass for 20 minutes. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.